Hello. So this is systemic and structural racism, uh, a barrier to equality in the United States. When the United States describes itself, it often uses words like modern, free, and equal. But for millions of Americans, those ideals don't match their lived reality. Systemic and structural racism didn't disappear with the end of slavery or the civil rights movement. Instead, it evolved, embedding itself into institutions we rely on every day: schools, hospitals, and the justice system. Today, I want to show you how systemic racism, continues to shape education, healthcare, and the criminal justice system, and why dismantling these structures is essential if the United States wants to achieve real equality, not just the appearance of it. Let's begin with education, because access to knowledge shapes every opportunity that follows. Systemic racism in education didn't happen by accident. It was designed. According to the Annie E. Casey Foundation, anti-literacy laws in the 1700s made it illegal for enslaved and free African Americans to learn to read and write. These laws weren't just about education, they were about control. While those laws no longer exist, the consequences still do. The same Annie E. Casey Foundation reports that Black students today are 3.5 times more likely to attend chronically underfunded school districts. That means fewer books, fewer counselors, outdated technology, and overcrowded classrooms. As a result, during the 2021 to 2022 school year, 81% of Black students graduated below the national average. This isn't a reflection of ability, it's a reflection of access. Education determines job opportunities, income, long-term stability. When education is unequal, inequality becomes generational. Unfortunately, these same patterns of inequality don't stop at the classroom. They continue into healthcare. Structural racism is considered a fundamental cause of social health disparities. According to NPR's 2024 investigation on racial health inequality, Black Americans have experienced 1.63 million excess deaths since the 1980s due to unequal healthcare access and living conditions. These outcomes are not random. A study discussed by Yerby, Clark, and Figueroa in Health Affairs explains how implicit bias still affects medical treatment today. Some medical professionals believe in false myths, like the idea that Black patients have a higher pain tolerance, which leads to delayed care and a dismissal of symptoms. This bias has devastating consequences. Black mothers are 3 times more likely to die from childbirth complications than white mothers, and Black newborns die at significantly higher rates. Policies such as the Hill-Burton Act, while expanding hospitals, failed to guarantee access for Black Americans, allowing segregation and inequality in healthcare facilities to continue. Healthcare should save lives, not determine whose lives are valued. These same beliefs about whose lives matter, most are also reflected in the criminal justice system. The criminal justice system in the United States is deeply rooted in laws created to preserve racial hierarchy. According to economic policy research by Daniel Perez, Jim Crow laws and Black codes were designed to maintain white supremacy after slavery by criminalizing Black existence and enforcing segregation. While those laws no longer exist in Black and white, their influence remains visible today. The deaths of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Dante Wright, and Sonia Massey are not isolated incidents. research cited in education policy analysis archives shows that officers involved in these cases often face little to no accountability due to protections embedded in current laws. Additionally, prison labor continues a legacy of exploitation. In some states, incarcerated individuals earn as little as 12 cents per hour, reinforcing economic systems that mirror slavery-era practices. The justice system, as it currently operates, often punishes poverty and race rather than protecting public safety. So what does all of this mean for the future of the United States? Systemic and structural racism are not abstract ideas. They are visible in classrooms, hospitals, and courtrooms across the country. Education gaps, health disparities, and unequal justice outcomes all stem from systems that were designed to benefit some while excluding others. If the United States truly wants to be a nation built on equality and opportunity, these systems must be dismantled, not ignored or minimally reformed. Real progress requires acknowledging history, confronting present realities, and committing to structural change. Equality isn't achieved by pretending the problem no longer exists. It's achieved by addressing it directly. Thank you.